Yeah. What's really happening? What's really happening? Miami, what they do? Y'all already know what it is, man. Wreck yard open. So let me take y'all back to 1998. Madison Correction. I know last time I talked to y'all, I told y'all about the riot that took place. But before the riot took place, an incident happened with me and a cat, right? So let me entitle the story first. The title of this story right here is I'm all right, but I ain't friendly. If you from the county jail and you from Miami, you already know. If a joker tell you that right there, he's basically telling you, don't take my kindness for weakness. You know what I'm saying? I'm all right, my nigga. But you know what I mean? Don't get it twisted. So I had to straighten this OB. I'm just gonna call him that because I don't know exactly where he from. He ain't from Miami, because he would have understood what I was saying. But this cat, before I get into what happened with me and this cat, let me give you a backstory on this dude, right? So let me try to paint this picture for y'all. So we on the wreck, this dude every day on the wreck yard, you know, everybody be out there doing their little personal thing, you know, that's the wreck, that's what the wreck yard for, you know, guys over shadow boxing, guys running the track, some guys hooping, you know what I mean, some guys like myself hitting the bag, you know, staying in shape, staying, you know what I mean, staying ready so they ain't got, you know what I mean, so when sun jump off, they gonna be ready, right? So this one cat that I'm finna tell y'all about, Buddy used to be on the wreck yard. I think he consider himself a UFC fighter or something, or taekwondo or whatever specialist he supposed to be. Buddy used to be out on the rec yard doing like sitting in splits. You know what I mean? Sitting in splits. I'm talking about split like a female, one leg going that, one leg going that way, and be like in meditation, like he doing yoga or some shit, right? And if you look around again, he might be like that for 30 minutes. You look around, Buddy will be with one leg kicked in the air, you know what I mean, doing all the little kicks and shit. So, you know, I took note of it. Like I take note of everybody, you know, personal training in case I have to get into some combat with them. I figure this is what they gonna try to throw at me. So this one cat right here, I'm telling y'all about, right? Dude was had a little size on him, right? I'm talking about he was probably maybe about 6'1", 6 even, you know what I'm saying? Maybe like 260, something like that. I'm talking big dude, but he had, like I say, you know what I mean? And you had to notice, ain't like a nigga watching no nigga legs or nothing, but this what dude display all the time. These big ass legs and shit. So he worked in the kitchen. Remember I told y'all Tony's Session, Big Session was the cook. You know what I'm saying? He worked right up under Session, right? I worked in the kitchen. A few of me and the other homies worked in the kitchen. So this one particular time, we was in there, Big Session had nothing prepared. They had some bullshit for lunch or dinner, whatever, one of the meals. They had some bullshit they was serving the rest of the compound. But you know, if you work for food service, we gonna get a little special treatment, right? So, you know, Session had done hooked us up some burgers and fries, right? So, everybody in the kitchen lined up, you know what I'm saying, for the burgers and fries. So I had done got my little burger, and then we had a pan of fries over there. So I was on my way to getting the fries. So I got my little plastic glove on there. Everybody know how you supposed to handle the food. I'm reaching in to get the fries. How about Buddy slid over there and kind of slid in front of me and grabbed the pan? I guess because he was a cook and the rest of us was regular worker. He was like, oh, I ain't even much got my fries yet. And I just started loud talking to me, right? So, man, I done left this part of the story out. Buddy, he normally go around and be horse playing all the time. Y'all know what horse playing is? That's just like horsing around. That's the term they use, right? He go around, and this is his way of sizing young dudes up. You know what I'm saying? This time, the OG, I'm a YN, but I'm a RN. I'm a real nigga, you know what I'm saying? So, at this time, he'll go around and he'll be trying. I see him, he'll be trying all the other young dudes doing his little karate moves on them and breaking them down and wrestling. I never let him do that with me. Even he done tried in a little bit of kind of ways. I always cut it off, nip it. Well, I'm all right, but I ain't friendly. You know what I'm saying? Keep letting brother know, man. Hey, I ain't with the bullshit. So when he came off with the French fries game, it was his way of testing me again. Like, if I get this off, he gonna start chumping me. I had already knew. You know what I'm saying? I gotta nip this in the bud right now. So when he grabbed the pan, I ain't just react. I let him say what he had to say. Then I looked around, checked, see where the COs was. They was in the officer station. I went to reach for the plan again. He got a little more aggressive, said what he gonna say. Hey man, I ain't with the bullshit. I ain't with you already bigger than me. And I guess y'all already know, man. I'm just gonna tell you, I hit him with my pattern, the one that I knocked a lot of niggas out in the county jail with. I introduced his ass to the OG chicken wing. That chicken wing, that blowout, that uppercut with that sharp hook. But let me tell y'all something. At this time, the chicken wing had done leveled up a little more, cause Madison had a little weight power, so the OG arms had done got a little size to him. So when I caught Buddy mid center, he was still running on about front. I hit him up under that, caught him under that butt with that uppercut. When I hit him with the uppercut, I seen his eyes roll back in his head, and he went. His knees was already bucking, so when the hook came behind the uppercut, it just brazed him. And I sit him down. He's wobbling, sit down, boom, hit the floor. I reached in there with the same glove on, reached in there. I know it wasn't sanitized to do, but I still reached in there, grabbed my hand for the french fry, put it on my tray, and started heading toward the dining room, because there was a little commotion. Everybody had done stopped. You know what I'm saying? And I know the COs are tense. They'll sense something when they hear quietness, because there's always some noise going on. And I went toward the dining room, because I already saying, if he wants some more, I need to be out there where the dining room at, where a little more flow at, because the OG need a little, I need to use my advantage, my speed. I need somewhere to dance when he met. So how about when I break for the, I ain't break, I walk smoothly to the chow hall area. I was sitting my plate down, but I'm waiting for him to come, which he came. He came wobbling. Hey man, well, I was just trying to explain himself. Now he trying to say he was just playing, but he acting like he really want to still fade, right? So I'm like, man, what's happening? What you want to do? Because I ain't playing. Like I told you, I'm all right, but I ain't friendly. You know what I'm saying? By this time, the other little young homeboys, the little homies ain't, we had a saying, you two something or better. That means it's two of us, because we little niggas out of Miami, you know what I'm saying? So they wanted to already latch. And all I got to do is get it okay. And he knew that. He seen around, he looked around, he see the little homies, they ready to go. We finna tear you up in this kitchen. But I know to keep my respect, I had to offer him a head up fade. So I'm like, what's happening? He like, oh man, mouth dripping blood. Man, I was just, by that time, Session came out there and told him, I told you, that one right there ain't nothing to play with. And that's just my little story right there. But before the meal was over with, the word had done spread around the compound, man. If you was at Madison Correction, you know what I'm talking about. You might even know who the dude is I'm talking about. But when I walked on the yard, a lot of guys that he had done played with, had done horseplayed and manipulated or whatever he had done did, was giving me the head nod like, yeah, you got one. You put one down for his OG. This your boy OG Jigavelli, man, with that Wreck Y'all Open story from Madison Correction. I'm all right, but I ain't friendly.